Hi, welcome to Elagan Whiteboard Fridays. We are here to discuss transfer pricing for a subsidiary set up in India. What is transfer pricing? Transfer pricing applies to all related party transactions between a subsidiary and its associated enterprises or holding companies situated outside India. Transactions typically pertain to services rendered or goods purchased or licensing of intangibles. The transaction has to happen at a price which is at arm's length. This means that if you were to render these services or procure these services from a third party unrelated entity, then you would have the price that you would have actually charged has to be the price that you are charging in respect of transactions with related entities. Now, when does transfer pricing apply? As mentioned, whenever transactions with related parties happen, transfer pricing applies. What is the method in which you set a transfer price? What we normally follow in respect of a cost plus entity is what is known as the TNMM method, where it is called the transaction net margin method. In this, typically all the costs pertaining to the cost center, such as salaries, rentals, uh, uh, all possible costs such as vendor costs, accounting costs, audit costs, statutory compliance costs, all these are booked together. Direct costs, indirect costs, everything that pertains to the profit and loss account are pulled together, and an appropriate margin is fixed on that. Here, the question is what is the appropriate margin? So, typically, this is benchmarked by looking at what we do a FAR analysis. We looked at the functions performed, the assets used, and the risks taken by the subsidiary. Because the risks taken by a subsidiary are pretty low, we would typically categorize it as a risk free or a captive unit. We then compare these functions, assets, and risks with similar functions, assets, and risks of third party service providers which are providing similar types of services and the margins that they are earning. These are then pooled together and we create a database or a line of results, and these are then compared to the results of the entity which is being tested. So typically for a cost center in the technology side, a margin of about 15 to 25% is deemed to be normal. 15% for basic software development and up to 25% for high-end research and development functions. Now, the next question would be, if apart from a cost center, the subsidiary in India is also doing customer billings from India, then what happens? Here, in respect of customer billings being done from India, the question is what is the price being set? How is the price being set? And what complications could it have in respect of the related party transactions? We must understand that in respect of direct customer billings from the entity in India, the margin that is earned from such transactions will be compared by the income tax department with the margins that the entity is earning from the similar transactions being rendered to the third party entities. In this context, you will of course appreciate that the company will have to have proper records of costs. They have to be able to bifurcate the costs related to servicing the third party customers and the costs related to servicing your related party entities. Assuming these costs are available, then these margins are then compared to understand where the which is more. So it's always good if your margins from related party billings are more than the billings from the third party customers, because then you can say, hey, my related party status is not impacting my margins downwards. So, as an example, I can tell you one entity, they basically had a technology situated in USA. They licensed it to India, and India took the technology, the licensed technology, and again sub-licensed it to third-party customers. And whatever was earned by the third-party customers, it was actually taken to reduce the amount payable by way of license fee to the uh, holding company for licensing the product. Transfer pricing works both ways. You also need to look at what is considered as a fair margin in the jurisdiction where the holding company is situated, and what is considered as a fair price to pay for the technology being licensed in India. So, a two-way benchmarking is perhaps preferred in order to arrive at a acceptable transfer price. So, in closing, I would say that transfer pricing is an important aspect because we need to understand the price and set the price based on the benchmarks, based on available third party comparables, which are typically available through a data set. For any queries, do feel free to reach us at hello@elagan.com and we would be happy to help you out. Thank you.